Recorded Books presents Bastille versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson and Janci Patterson. Narrated by Suzy Jackson. With Ramón D. Ocampo. Author's Foreword. Alcatraz is an idiot. For those of you who read The Dark Talent, the 5th installment of his memoirs, I don't need to tell you this. I'd also like to apologize for the ending of that last book. Not because I think I'm at fault, but in the way you might apologize for your great-aunt Gertrude when she arrives at your birthday party having forgotten her pants. Seriously, Alcatraz, how could you do that to your readers? Also, go put on some pants. I, Bastille, am writing this book in Alcatraz's place because he has abjectly refused to do it himself, even though I've begged and threatened him, his lenses, and his potted plants. He assures me that nothing frightens him more than having to continue his autobiography past the moment when he stopped. I'm trying not to take that personally. In the Hushlands, this will be published as a work of fiction, under the pseudonyms of Brandon Sanderson and Janci Patterson, to hide it from the evil cult of librarians that controls your access to information about the world. By now, you know that the real Brandon Sanderson is a writer of fantasy books so large and boring that even Hushlanders won't read them. The real Janci Patterson is not only a writer of fantasy, but also of romance, which is the most ridiculously fantastical genre of them all. No self-respecting librarian is going to look here for a biography exposing how their evil ways nearly ended the world as we know it. Besides, have you seen the things Janci writes? Books about shapeshifter spies and romances about people falling out of canoes. No librarian can figure out how to catalog that. I commend you Hushlanders for finding this volume. In the Free Kingdoms, this book will be published as what it is, a completely true account of what happened after the tragic events in the Highbury. If you haven't read the previous books in this series, might I suggest starting with book 1? Otherwise, this book is likely to make no sense at all. To all those who had to suffer while waiting for this volume, you have my deepest apologies, especially those of you who missed the note I snuck in at the end of book 5. Particularly those of you who had the Hushlands version, where my note was buried behind a reader's guide or some other sort of librarian nonsense. A conspiracy, if ever I saw one. Regardless, I am here to tell you that the things Alcatraz told you about himself in the previous volumes of these memoirs are true. I have been told by my editor that some people, demonstrating a complete inability to follow instructions, will not read all the previous volumes immediately before beginning this one. She says I'm expected to catch you up on the story so far. If this is you, be glad that my years of working with the Smedrys have blessed me with unending patience. Also be glad that you're too far away for me to hit you with my handbag. Or are you? A reminder for those of you who demonstrate a Smedry-like inability to follow directions. You readers in the Hushlands, places like Africa and Europe and the Americas, have your minds blinded by a cult of evil librarians who seek to control you. Those of us in the more advanced Free Kingdoms, places like Nalhalla, Kalabasa, and the kingdom of the revered former republic of the Thunder Lizards of Dinoland, are at war with the librarians, trying desperately to keep them from spreading their control over the whole earth. I was largely absent for the 5th volume of Alcatraz's memoirs, given that I was rendered unconscious during the big battle with the librarians in the Free Kingdom of Mokia. In my absence, Alcatraz set out to stop his father from enacting his crazy scheme to give Smedry talents to all the people in the world, Hushlander and Free Kingdomer alike, which would no doubt result in the destruction of us all. Alcatraz and the other Smedrys infiltrated the Highbury, known as the Library of Congress to you Hushlanders, and were stopped by Biblioden the Scrivener, who sacrificed Alcatraz's father, Attica, to create a blood-forged lens. Biblioden planned to use that lens to push power through the world spire, burning up all Free Kingdomers and leaving only
Sample complete. Ready to continue?